The reason that I got into math was, one, I was good at it. But then the more I did it, the more I realized how beautiful it is. I really think that the beauty of mathematics is not taught enough. We like to think of math as more a useful thing and less a beautiful thing. And I really hope that my students who take my classes see that God is in the details, that there is something deeper in mathematics. My name is Tom Shifley. I'm assistant professor of mathematics here at George Fox. So a fun fact about me is that I've had a search and rescue team and helicopter look for me. So the story was my freshman year of college. Me and my best friend at that time, we decided to come visit my hometown back in kind of near Sacramento. And we went on this hike called Feather Falls. It's a long hike. It's like a 6 mile in, 6 mile out hike. We went and did it, and my friend Gifford, he is big on like, let's not take the trail. Let's just try and like get to the waterfall by kind of like exploring through the woods. But we tried, and it was intense. And we finally get to this point where it's dark and we're on the middle of this like kind of creek waterfall thing, nowhere near the main waterfall. And we're like, we're gonna have to sleep here tonight. Like there's nothing, we can't do anything else. Like we have to sleep. And so we had nothing on us. It was October, and so it's kind of cold. And we sleep on a rock that night. Well, we tried to sleep, we didn't actually sleep. And I remember praying that my mom wouldn't know we were missing, even though it's very obvious that we're not home. But God did not answer that prayer. And the next day we try and go up the waterfall, we can't get it. And so like, let's just double back, we'll go back the way we came. 7 hours later, we make it back onto the trail. And we see these people eventually, and we're like starving. We haven't eaten anything in over 24 hours. We're exhausted. And we see these people, and we're like, do you guys like have food? And they're like, are you Tom and Gifford? And we're like, yes. Like, we found them. I was like, found us? What do you mean? And like your mom and all your friends, they came out last night. They've been looking for you all night. So my mom has gone to that trail many times with me, and she's never been able to make it. She makes it like 2 miles in, and she's like, I'm done, I can't go. I mean, she's a 70-year-old Korean woman. She can't really do it. That night, she did the trail 3 times back and forth looking for me. She like did over 20 miles. And she got so exhausted that they had to actually helicopter her off the waterfall back to the base camp because she was just physically exhausted. She couldn't go any further. And so we make it back to the trailhead. And what they had done is, because they did a search and rescue, they actually had to close the trail. And so there's like 50 or so people just waiting in the parking lot. It's pouring rain. And this is kind of crazy. It's like a dramatic scene. It's kind of like a hill that walks down into the parking lot. And me and Gifford are like walking down, and my mom is like at the bottom, like sobbing, crying. And then Gifford's like, run to her. And so I run and like embrace, and everyone like claps and stuff. And it's so awesome. And so that was a pretty fun spec. So a little bit about my background. So I went to undergrad at a small Christian liberal arts school, Pepperdine University in Malibu, California. And then I went to grad school in UC Santa Barbara. So I've been in SoCal my whole academic career up before George Fox. Summer of 2021, I got my PhD. And actually, while I was finishing up my PhD at Santa Barbara, I was on the job market looking for places. And I knew deep down in my heart that I wanted to teach at a Christian university. I knew from my experience at Pepperdine, just having that relationship with professors, it was a deep value of mine. I wanted to be able to pursue discipleship relationships with students. And a place like George Fox, really, they want that. Not only do they want that, they encourage it, and that's awesome. And so when I saw the opening at George Fox, it was less than 8 hours away from where I'm from and where my wife is from, and so that was a big kind of geographical thing. We're happy about that. We're both from Northern California. I'm from Sacramento, my wife is from Redding. I didn't even actually know about George Fox until I saw the job posting, but then when I started researching it, it really just seemed like such a slam dunk fit. And after being here for a year, I can really tell that this is where God has me and wants me to be, because I feel just, their mission to have students be known, their mission to reach students with knowledge, but also with Christ-like virtue, really just, it summarizes what I feel like my vocation is as a professor. And that is to instruct, to teach, but also to know students and to walk with them and to share the love of Christ with them.